microorganisms. They play an important role in our lives. Some of them are beneficial in many ways, whereas some others are harmful and causes diseases. Let us study about them in detail. Let us now see what is there in our fridge. Observe that many edible things in our fridge contain microorganisms. Curd or yogurt. Curd contains several microorganisms. The bacterium Lactobacillus uses sugar in the milk as its food and releases lactic acid as its waste product. Lactic acid converts the milk into solid or gel-like curd. Cheese. The production of cheese also starts by curdling of milk using Lactobacillus bacteria. Then, different bacteria are added depending on the type of cheese being made. Bhatura dough. Bhatura dough is also prepared with the help of microorganisms. This is because yeast reproduces rapidly and produces carbon dioxide during respiration. Bubbles of the gas fill the dough and increase its volume. The same process is used for the making of bread. Wine. Microorganisms are used for the large-scale production of alcohol, wine, and acetic acid or vinegar. Yeast is used for commercial production of alcohol and wine. For this purpose, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, wheat, rice, and crushed fruit juices. If yeast powder is added in sugar solution and kept covered in a warm place for 4 to 5 hours, you will get the smell of alcohol as yeast converts the sugar into alcohol. This process of conversion of sugar into alcohol is known as fermentation. Jams and jellies. Jams and jellies are set into solid form with the use of alginates extracted from the algae seaweed. These alginates are nutritious and help in preserving food. Mushroom. Mushroom is a type of fungus. There is a large variety of mushrooms available in the market. Certain microorganisms can help us in the fight against other microorganisms. Whenever we fall ill, the doctor gives us medicines. These medicines kill or stop the growth of disease-causing microorganisms. Antibiotics are substances produced by microorganisms that kill disease-causing microorganisms. Generally, antibiotics are advised in the treatment of infectious diseases. These days, a number of antibiotics, streptomycin, tetracycline, and erythromycin, are being produced from bacteria and fungi. Nowadays, antibiotics are even mixed with the feed of livestock and poultry to check microbial infection in animals. They are also used to control many plant diseases. Vaccines are made of dead or weak microorganisms. When the vaccine is injected, our body produces antibodies to fight with them. These antibodies remain in the body and protect us from any future attack of disease-causing microbes. This is how a vaccine works. Several diseases, including cholera, tuberculosis, smallpox, and hepatitis, can be prevented by vaccination. It is essential to protect all children against these diseases. Necessary measures are taken for the protection of children, such as Pulse Polio program. polio drops given to children are actually a vaccine. Some bacteria, such as rhizobium bacteria, live in the root nodules of legume plants such as gram, pea, and beans. These bacteria absorb the nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it into nitrates, which serve as natural fertilizer for the plant. Hence, they increase the fertility of the soil. The plant waste gets converted into manure by the action of microbes. The nutrients released in the process could be used by the plants again. We often see large amounts of dead organic matter in the form of decaying plants and sometimes dead animals on the ground. They disappear after some time. This is because the microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simple substances. These substances are again used by other plants and animals. Thus, microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. Microorganisms can be harmful to us in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause diseases in human beings, plants, and animals. Such disease-causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Pathogens enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink, or the food we eat. Pathogens can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried through an animal. Microbial diseases that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food, or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Examples of such diseases include cholera, common cold, chickenpox, and tuberculosis. When a person suffering from common cold sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing. There are some insects and animals which act as carriers of disease-causing microbes. Housefly is one such carrier that sits on garbage and animal excreta. Pathogens stick to their bodies. When these flies sit on uncovered food, they may transfer the pathogens. Whoever eats the contaminated food is likely to get sick. So, it is advisable to always keep food covered. Female Anopheles mosquito is a carrier of the malaria parasite. Female Aedes mosquito acts as the carrier of dengue virus. All mosquitoes breed in water. Therefore, we should not let water collect anywhere and keep the surroundings clean and dry. There are several microorganisms that can cause diseases in animals. For example, anthrax is a dangerous disease caused to human and cattle. This disease is caused by a bacterium. Let us summarize what we have learned in this topic. Microorganisms are beneficial in many ways, whereas some others are harmful and cause diseases. Some microorganisms are useful for commercial production of food products, medicines, and alcohol. Some microorganisms decompose the organic waste and dead plants and animals into simple substances and clean up the environment. Some microorganisms cause serious diseases like dysentery and malaria. Some of the microorganisms grow on our food and cause food poisoning. Some microorganisms reside in the root nodules of leguminous plants. They can fix nitrogen from air into soil and increase the soil fertility. Some microorganisms cause diseases to plants and animals such as anthrax, foot and mouth disease, citrus canker, etc.